Jamie, so let's firstly talk about tonight's game. What were your thoughts?
I thought we took a really good step from last night. Obviously not the result we wanted at the end, but I thought our detail was much better tonight. Our first period was so scrambly and sloppy on the road last night, but I thought our neutral zone forecheck was much better. I thought our PK was much better. We had a huge kill there, 5-on-3, but a 2-0 lead, you can't let that slip away. It's preseason, so it's a learning process. We win a face-off, and we should have just eaten that puck in the corner and let time expire. And we certainly should have taken care of our net front. But I thought we were physical. We did a much better job consistently finishing our checks. I felt for Christian. I thought he played a heck of a game in net.
Yeah, you'd be happy, I guess, to get two competitive games in the preseason, because I think these were quite a pair of competitive games.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every guy in the room is a competitor, and you want to win. But as a coach, you want to see that you're taking strides in the right direction. I thought over the 6 periods of hockey, we got better and better and better with each period.
Yeah. So your overall summary then of training camp and the two preseason games?
Yeah, it was good. Our goal was to establish, our culture, our identity, who we are. I think the crowd tonight was absolutely amazing for a preseason game to get that turnout. Talking to the team before the game, you have one opportunity to make a first impression, and I thought our work ethic, our compete level throughout our whole lineup was terrific tonight.
Yeah, I guess you're probably going to talk in the coming weeks about the process. Mm-hmm. You can't obviously fix everything in the space of a couple of games or a couple of weekends, but what were the really key things that you were looking for coming out of the last 2 weeks of camp and the 2 games?
Yeah, we threw so much at these guys in terms of our systems and each zone. It's brand new for everybody. We don't have a core of 15 guys, and we've added a few pieces here and there. It's individual players finding chemistry with their line mates, D partners getting some chemistry together, communication between goalies and defensemen on retrievals, so we've thrown so much at these guys in a very condensed time period, and our goal was, each day we want to get better. We want great habits throughout training camp, and I think we certainly established that.
Yeah, you mentioned there the crowd were loud. How did the energy feel coming down from the stands onto the bench? Because it's going to help, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a tough place to play. I think we've got a team that's hard to play against. I thought, as I said, we were much better at finishing our checks tonight. I think we could have scored a few more goals to get the crowd something to cheer about. It's certainly up 2-0. We had opportunities on the power play that we weren't just able to capitalize, and I think that would have been the dagger if we were able to do that. But we had good looks. We did good execution. It's just finishing some of those plays off.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.